Well, you know, sometimes when it's really wet outside, when it's really wet and you get all that grass up underneath your mower back in here, and this bloody bag gets packed all junked up. You can only get about 2 hands full of grass in there because the grass is deep and wet. I have a solution for you here. Let's see if we can't put this together real quick. I'll take this recycler blade off of here. This is basically made to cut the grass and then create a horizontal vortex in here with the recycler and cut the grass over and over again and just drop it back into the turf, mulching it. That doesn't put it in a bag very well, and you can buy a bagging blade which doesn't have these little louvers on it. It just has the it's solid here, and that's all fine and dandy. But there again is then you're chasing the whole concept of having to change everything all the time, cleaning it out, all this junk. And I come up with a solution here. 2 bagging blades, okay? And some of you guys are going to say, that's dangerous, you shouldn't be doing that, all that stuff. Yeah, that's fine. But once you weld it, if you forge it and get it hard again, not a problem. So this thing's been balanced and it's very, very sharp. So I'm going to put this on here. This is going to definitely increase the airflow. It's all about airflow. You know that about your cars with like gas mileage and stuff like that. It's all about airflow. Everything's about airflow. And I don't care if it's a fan or engine intake or exhaust. It's the idea of headers, or if people put can air cleaners and stuff on stuff. If you can increase the airflow without obstructing anything, then you've resolved most of your problems. So got that 5/8 tightened. Now we've increased the airflow here by huge amounts. I mean, you wouldn't believe the difference in the sound that this thing makes. If you take us across the driveway and put 5/8 gravel in the bag, seriously, anything that's loose is going to pick up. So I'm going to give that a try and see how well it packs the bag. Okay, so this grass has been rained on for about 4 or 5 days, and it's every bit of 10 inches deep here, easy. I mean, it's pretty deep. We'll leave it with that. Okay, the idea of this isn't to rub anything in anybody's face. Just got to give you an idea of what can happen. Years ago, between the time I got out of the military and went back to college and stuff and went to work for the government, I mowed grass for a living. I had like 60 yards I used to take care of. And here in Southwest Washington, you can't wait for it to be dry. You're gonna mow, whether it's rain or shine. Sometimes it was so wet and so rainy I was fouling out the spark plug wire. Had to put a pop can or a plastic can thing over the top of the spark plug thing to keep the rain off of it, to keep it running. We're gonna see how this flies. traffic under control here a little bit. That bag's packed tight. Matter of fact, it's almost ready to do a wheelie. So my best guess, and I lift a lot of weights, probably be about 60 pounds of wet grass in here. So there you go. I guess the part that I'm trying to emphasize the most is the airflow thing. If your bag's dirty, you don't have airflow. If your chute's dirty, you're not going to have good airflow. If your deck's dirty and caked up full of grass, you're not going to have good airflow. So by keeping good airflow, that stuff won't build up. So there you have it. Had this mower for, oh wow. You know, I bought that mower in 1994. Originally it was a 2-stroke, and with other family members, we'll say it that way, my young apprentice, running a 2-stroke, we ran into problems with getting the gas mixed right and stuff like that, so we put straight gas in and wiped it out. So that's another little trick of the trade that I use. I use a synthetic 2-stroke. I put it in everything. People think I'm crazy, but you know, 50 to 1 in a 4-stroke isn't going to hurt it any. Matter of fact, it might even help it. And the synthetic isn't going to allow the spark plug to foul out. So I replaced that with a 10 horse on top. That'll turn that blade all day long, and it does the job. I mean, it'll pick sticks up, chop them up, put them in that bag. So anyway, just wanted to, you know, take all your excuses away from not getting your fall house cleaning done here. Then when you're all done cleaning up, you got to clean up. Get out the pressure washer, garden hose, shovel, putty knife, whatever it takes, you know what I'm saying? You got to get that thing clean. That's what we're going to do now, right here. Start it up, let it run for a while, get a lot of the water dried off of it. That'll warm the engine up, let all the moisture come off of that too, so you don't condensate your points or your shut-off terminals or whatever. And then don't forget to grease it if you got grease fittings on it, and make sure that the fuel's drained out before the end of winter. Same way with grease and oil in the linkages and etc. I'll have to take that bag off the harness and put it in the washing machine, get it cleaned up. Take a break, get it all put away, and admire what you've done. You've accomplished something. I love that. I work in the government and stuff. One of my favorite things to do is always to mow the grass. Start, finished, I could be done. I've accomplished something. You know what I'm saying? I can always look back at it and say,
I got that done. Can't say that about anything else. It's all good. Get your housework done, guys.